Hi guys, so we're drafting a basic skirt bodice, and the first thing we want to do is mark our hip line, our new length and our skirt length, and we'll just connect the lines together using our pattern ruler. After this, we'll go ahead and label each of the lines. Then the next thing we'll do is take our waist measurement on our waistline, take our hip value on our hip line, which is hip divided by 4 minus 1 for the front and plus 1 for the back. I hope you remember our formula. Then for our new circumference, it's simply our hip divided by 4 minus 1, which is 8.5. So just divide your hip divided by 4 minus 1. That's your new circumference. After this, I'll take my nipple to nipple value on my waistline and I'll come down by 6 inches. And I'll go in on both sides by 0.5 inches. That will serve as my basic dart. You can decide to make your dart leg 5 inches depending on what you want, but I'm going down by 6 inches and I'll just connect all those lines together. After that, I'll measure my waist value. I've already measured my waist value, so I'll replace my 1 inch dart and add my 1.5 inch seam allowance. I'll do the same thing on my hip, on my new circumference and on my skirt length, and I'll just connect all the lines together using my pattern ruler. Instead of using a curved ruler to connect these lines, you can also use a straight ruler and blend the sharp edges. It will still give a nice effect. Peradventure you forgot to measure your new length on your client, your new length is minimum of 12 inches from your hip line. So you can just come down by minimum of 12 inches from your hip line and that will serve as your new length. You can come down by more depending on the height of your client. So for the back, the first thing we'll do is take our zipper allowance from the top of our pattern paper to the bottom of our pattern paper and connect with a straight line. After that, we're going to repeat every other thing that we did for our front bodies, which is to mark our hip line, our new length and our skirt length. And after this, we are going to measure our waist value and our hip value respectively. For our waist value is simply waist divided by 4, and for our hip value on our hip line for the back now is hip divided by 4 plus 1. Hip divided by 4 plus 1, to ensure not to forget the formulas. So on our hip, we're measuring hip divided by 4 plus 1 for the back and we're marking it out. You will notice that your back bodies is more curvy than the front bodies. That's because that's just to give room for our bum bum to sit properly. After this, we'll take our nipple to nipple value and come down by 6 inches like we did for the front bodies, and we'll come in on both sides by 0.5 inches. This will serve as our basic dart, and always ensure to replace your darts after measuring your waist value. After measuring your waist value, you replace your dart and then you add your seam allowance. And we'll do the same thing on the hip line. We'll add our seam allowance and we'll do the same thing to the new and to the skirt length, and we'll just connect with our pattern ruler. And that's basically all for these skirt bodies. If using a curved ruler will give you issues, you can easily use your straight ruler to connect all of these lines together. Now for our zipper, just like we did for the front, we're going to remove half inch from the zipper allowance at the waistline and connect it to our hip line. We're going to connect it to our zipper allowance at the hip line. We're going to have a slanted line. Then we're going to come down by half inch also, just like we did for our basic blouse bodies at the back. Yes, this is just basically to eliminate our back bulge, and that's all for our skirt bodies.